What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to share how to maximize your email marketing results when you're doing SEO. So SEO doesn't get as much attention as it used to, mainly because of the traction that you're able to get through organic social media, especially through short form video content, as well as all the different paid ads platforms that are out there. It just makes it to where I think it's just not on the radar for people early on, and then they get traction without it, and then they kind of feel like they don't need it. But there are a lot of businesses that completely rely on SEO, or they're just heavily invested in SEO and they're getting a ton of traffic to their site and not getting the most value from that traffic. And as you may or may not know, the organic traffic you get from SEO is typically very high quality traffic. It tends to convert higher. They tend to be better customers as well. So there's a lot of research on this, but we're not going to get into that because I'm not an SEO expert. So what I want to talk about is what you can do if you're already getting some results with your SEO, how you can leverage email marketing to get even better results. So the first thing is you need to be optimizing your blog content to convert email subscribers. Because a lot of times what happens is businesses, they invest in SEO, they've got a ton of traffic coming to their blog, but the majority of that traffic never makes it over to the store section of their website, and they don't buy anything. They just consume that one blog post and they leave. And even, similar to social media, where if someone sees one of your posts and they don't follow your page, they might not ever see your content again. It's even worse on Google because at least with social media, those algorithms a lot of times will serve up that content, your content again to them. So give them, multiple chances to then come back and maybe follow your page. Whereas on Google, the odds are so much higher that someone could end up reading one of these posts that you have that ranks really highly and then never seeing anything from you again. So you need to have all of the blog content optimized to convert email subscribers, which means you need to have a call to action in every post, at least at the bottom of the post. If you have long blog articles, then you probably want to have some CTA boxes embedded throughout the post. Again, depends on how long the post is and how detailed it is with images and everything. But I would say on average, at least have one at the bottom. And then if you're doing 1,000 to 2,000 word articles, then maybe one in the middle. If you're doing really long form articles and you've got lots of graphics and different things in there, then 2 to 3 throughout could make sense. So this is something you can test. And then the other thing is for your high performing blog posts, because usually what will happen is, let's just say out of 100 blog posts, you might have 10 that are driving 90% of the traffic to your site, because that just tends to happen where a lot of them are kind of and it also just depends on the search volume for the keywords you're ranking for. But if you have some where you have a really high ranking for that article and it's getting a decent amount of traffic to that keyword or those keywords you're ranking for, then you can be getting a ton of traffic through just a handful of blogs. And you really want to make the most out of that, meaning that you want to put in a little bit more work into how you convert email subscribers from that content. So for example, you can have unique email flows or automations set up for people who subscribe from those particular posts. And again, if you're driving enough traffic, it's worthwhile to put in this little bit of extra work. So you just need to get them to opt in. So it could be offering them a downloadable PDF version of the article. It could be offering some sort of upgrade from the content that's in the article. So maybe some free tools or some free bonuses, some free training, something that would complement what they're reading in that article. So maybe the article just lays out step by step, everything you need to know, the overall strategy, and then you have a free PDF that's more of like a tactical guide or a checklist or something that helps them actually implement it and put it into action, or takes that really long in-depth article and then summarizes it into this short actionable thing that they can print out or they can just have easy access to. That's the kind of thinking. So obviously if you're it's going to depend on your business and what you're selling, but you want to be thinking of, okay, think about why did they come here in the first place? Why are they consuming this? And how can I upgrade them from this particular content in a way that's good enough that they would want to opt in to the email list for that? So, and it doesn't really take that much extra work. It's more than just putting the blog post out. But again, for these high traffic posts, it's definitely worth it because the majority of those people are probably just leaving your site. And now what happens is they opt in, you can do further email marketing, and then you can get them interested in making a purchase, or at least keeping them engaged long enough to where that they might want to make a purchase later on. And then, so as you're doing this, it's really important to align your content strategy between SEO and email marketing, because a big problem is that a lot of times the general message or theme that you're putting out on one content channel, you're not doing it on the other. And so all the people who, either started reading your blog because of this type of content, or they started following your YouTube channel because of this type of content, if the general messaging and the theme is totally different on your email list, and it's just pure selling and you're not ever delivering any value again, then it's just going to turn a lot of people off. And it also just, they might not be interested at all. So you want to make sure that the general message and theme and brand story and everything that you're communicating in the blog content, that you're doing the same thing in those emails, and especially in that initial automated series that they opt into, that should be used to transition them from what type of content you're doing on the blog into more email, what's going to be the regular email content that you get that they get on a regular basis. If they are going to be different, you can kind of transition them into that through that flow, so that way you have a chance to educate them on what your company is all about, what your selling points are, and just really have a chance to win them over so that they're interested in getting more email content from you. And then the other thing is, so a lot of these people who like to consume blogs or like to consume a specific type of content, you want to make sure it's really easy for them to get access to your best old blog content, because again, you're going to have a handful of articles that generate so much more traffic than everything else, and that's what's getting people here, and you want to keep them engaged. So an easy way to do that is, if these people like to read blog content, then either give them, it could be that in this follow-up series you are giving them the best of the best from your past blog content. It could be where you've taken everything and condensed it into a PDF that you give them, so it's kind of like a best of, or you can have an archive page. And I definitely recommend a page where it's not just the archives listed out, but it's a little bit more organized, where it's like, for this category, these are the top 3 or top 5 articles, and for this category or this problem or whatever, these are our best 3 resources, and you make it very, very easy for them. And that's what's going to get people back on your site with multiple tabs open of your website. And then again, it's going to be a lot easier to keep them engaged and to eventually convert them into being a paying customer. So if you're doing SEO, definitely put in the little bit of extra effort to get that traffic from those top performing posts onto your email list, so you can do email marketing and you can actually win these people over and turn that random traffic into customers. So that's it for this video. And if you want to see more of these, of combining email with other marketing channels, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.